Pauline, what is minimum wage?
Well, minimum wage is a figure in a country, but the Minimum Wage Act, in many countries you do have a Minimum Wage Act, which means that minimum wages are official. Very often the government says this is the minimum wage. Sometimes government plus trade unions and employers together, they agree upon the minimum wage. So, but minimum wage is a figure. In some countries there's many figures, because for some sectors there is a bit more or a bit less. Sometimes for youngsters it's more, sometimes for elderly people it's different. So it is complex, but it's a figure.
So people have a right to be paid the minimum wage. Do they get the minimum wage?
They have the right, that is something, but the issue with the rights is that many often workers and employers don't know the rights, they don't know the labor law, which means that many times people don't get that minimum.
So what can we do in order to improve that situation?
Let's say, all people in the world, I would say, it's very good to explain to everybody as many times as you can, through radio, television, on websites and on the street. Say, look, you're entitled to have at least a minimum wage, which means you work 80 or which means you work 40 or 48 hours a week, and not 80 hours to get that minimum wage, which is actually there for 40 hours.
And how about women?
Well, look, we emphasize all the time that women are at the lower end of the labor market. Minimum wages, they apply for people on the lower end of the labor market. A good minimum wage system and a good control on the minimum wage system helps women to have a bit more pay, and a higher minimum wage is, of course, first of all, good for women.
Thank you very much.